Hey guys, we're going to review the DW5600E, the Casio G-Shock. This is the modern version of the original G-Shock. These are available usually under 40 bucks. I've heard of sales of these coming out and hitting, like 29 bucks sometimes. I haven't seen them at that price, but I've heard some pretty good stories. This is probably the most popular of the G-Shocks. It's also, I think, the smallest and kind of easiest for beginners. Very simple display, very typical Casio display of these, which is your month, date, day of the week, and time in nice, big, bold, and a bright display. Now this G-Shock doesn't have a ton of features. It's literally just alarm, your count up and count down timer, and then back. Of course you have your ability to set your modes, your light, and all that. Your light is down here. The light button is very difficult to press, I will add. It's very recessed. One of my big complaints about this is the buttons are very well hidden. And I know that is a great feature to have because it does keep you from catching them on things. Adds to the toughness of these watches, but I just wish they were a little bit more out, because at night, to be honest guys, if I have this on at night and I'm trying to push this button, it's very difficult with all these ridges to find it and hit the light. When I've been wearing it at night to bed, I find a couple times I hit it to check the time, and I was like fumbling for like 5 minutes trying to get it, and it really took some time. So my only complaint are the buttons. Now, as far as G-Shock quality, guys, we all know there's torture tests all over the internet. These things are tough as nails. They really do. They're tough as nails. They do a lot of stuff, and this one being simple is a great beginner watch for those people getting into it. Now the cool thing is, and you're going to see as the second part of this video, is I bought a strap kit, and I'm going to put a NATO strap on this. Every watch video I complain, I don't like rubber straps. They make my wrist all sweaty, make me break out. So I was able to get a relatively inexpensive adapter kit to put a NATO strap on this. So after this review is over, you're going to see this thing changed out into a NATO strap and what it looks like. But as far as the strap that we have, it's a pretty kind of supple rubber, silicone, whatever it is. The clasp is nice metal, nice and thick, no issues there. Held on with a little pin. The crystal is recessed, so you do have a little protection there. I believe it's mineral glass. I don't think it's acrylic. And you can see you have your little screws that hold in the band there. The stainless steel back. A lot of good stuff out this. This is really just a time-tested, been around for 30 years design that just launched the Casios or the G-Shocks. It's very nice to wear for people who are active, exercising. It's also great for office wear. You can wear this around the office. You don't look like a tactical goon. It's not dressy, where I wouldn't wear this to like a wedding or a funeral maybe, and it's not kind of dressy, but it's for 99% of applications this is just fine. And the G-Shocks are so tough. This is a watch you don't have to take off if you go swimming. If you go to the beach, you don't have to leave this, in a towel hidden in your shoe. This is something you can bring in the water. This is something you can bring in the shower. This is something if you're giving your kids a bath, you don't have to pull it off. They're tough. I mean, there's tons of videos of guys running these over with cars and all that. So you really can't go wrong with a G-Shock, guys. As long as you really like what's going on with the watch as far as features and display, you can't go wrong because they are so tough. And they are a really good value. And they keep good time, guys. These quartz watches, man. I keep track of all this stuff. And, yeah, this thing keeps time. It loses maybe like a third of a second a day. So you're talking a couple of minutes per year. So there's how it fits on my wrist. I have an 8.5-inch wrist. I know I have kind of big wrists and tiny fingers. Huge palms, tiny fingers, big wrists. How weird, I'm a freak. And then I got like so much hair, it's like I'm an honorary monkey. So you can see with my 8.5, I have about 4 left to go. So you could probably squeeze out a 9 on there. But a lot of room to tighten this thing up. Fits very snug to the wrist. Very low profile, nothing to catch, nothing, you got pretty good protection of that crystal from that bezel. So yeah, I think it fits the wrist very well. Looks nice on the wrist, and like I said, it's very kind of a nice, discreet, non-catchy watch. So it is cool. Lots of cool accessories have come out for these over the years because it is probably the most popular Casio. There are replacement bezel kits. And also, like, you can get these like see-through and glow-in-the-dark bezels with glow-in-the-dark bands. There's so much aftermarket stuff that has been made for these. So I just got the strap kit because I really want to put this on a NATO. So that's that as far as that's concerned, and you'll see that in a minute coming up because I'm just about done here. But yeah, I mean, great quality out of these. Definitely recommend. If you're going to get a G-Shock, you're going to get started on watches, I definitely think this is probably your best beginner watch, your best bang for the buck, best value, best quality. I mean, you're really not going to get a better value for this. You're not going to find a tougher watch for cheaper. You're not going to find, you know, a lot of things for cheaper out of this guy. And from there, you can only go up. You can only add features. You can only add more to the G-Shock. So I think if you're not sure about yourself, you're not sure if you want to EDC a watch, this is a good way to find out. Not break the bank, but also have a really good, versatile watch.